All right, so first we're going to learn the chords. And it starts with a G major, right? And we're going to play it like this with these fingers, right? This one right here and your pinky right here, right? And why I'm playing like this with these fingers, because at some point we're going to have to play. So it's better for us just to get the fingers right. So this one right here and this one right here. And we don't play the A string. It's just the bottom E string, the D string, the G string, and the B string. Right? So this is the first chord. And then we're going to learn the second chord, which is going to be a diminished chord. It's going to be this one. Right here. Right? And then right here. Right here and right here. I mean, we only gonna play 3 strings, which is gonna be the bottom E string, the D string, and the G string all together. So the chords are G major, then this diminished chord, which is gonna be a G sharp diminished chord. Then we're gonna play an A minor. Right? Which is, all right, everybody knows this chord's right, A minor. Then we're going to play a D, right? And it's going to go like this, the D chord. Then open G, and here. It's just like your D major, right? But we're gonna move to this position. You know, I had to use these stickers on my guitar so you can know where I'm playing, because my guitar doesn't have the marks on it, on the frets. Right? So the chords are. Right? So it's going to sound like this. So what he does is that he plays the G chord with the open B. Then he plays on the B string, right? You can play it like this if it makes it easier, with these fingers, if it makes it easier for you, like this. Right? So now let's go for the right hand. So on the G chord, we're going to play it like this. Right? Right, and then we go for the diminished chord, which is going to go like this. Right? This is going to go like this. Right? You play all 3 chords at once. All three strings at once. Right? On the diminished chord. Right? So it's... Then, now we're going to go to the A minor chord. Then, which is going to be these 3 chords, 3 strings. Sorry. Right? So for the A chord, we played this. Right? And then we go for the G chord. I mean the D chord, which is just play all four strings at once. Right? Right, so it's gonna go like this. Now I'm going to talk about something that he plays on the intro, which I didn't like it much, but that's why, because he doesn't play this D chord at the end, right? He plays this, right, which is just a D note on top of a D note. So instead of you playing the D chord at the end, he just plays open D string, then he plays right here on the A string, and then he plays the D string again. Right? So it's gonna be like this. Right? Right? So it's gonna sound like this. You can play whatever you want. If you want to play like this, play it like this. If you want to play with the D chord, which I prefer, it's going to sound like this. Right? It's all up to you. Right, so now we're going for the verse. And we're going to start with our G major. We're going to learn the chords first. We're going to start with our G major. Then we're going to play this diminished chord. Right? Which is going to be, we're going to put a bar right here. Right? So we bar this string, and this string, and we're going to put this finger right here. So, right? And we're only going to play the D string, the G string, and the B string. So, and then we're going to play the big E right here. Right? So we have our bar. Then we put this finger right here, and then this one right here. It's a diminished chord, right? So we have G, then we have our G sharp diminished chord, right? Get the one, and now we're going to play an A minor chord, which is going to be a little bit different. So put this finger right here, this one right here, right, and put this bar on the top two strings right here. So it's right, and we're going to play the open A, right? So far we have G, then we have G sharp diminished, and then we have this A minor with some embellishments, and we're not going to move these fingers, right? We're going to play a C9 chord. Right, this finger is going to stay there, and we're just going to put this bar on this finger, right? So it's the same notes, but we're going to put the bar up to the A string. So the chords are G major, G sharp diminished, then the A minor, then the C9, and the G. And now we're not going to play right here. Right? Alright, so far we have. Sorry. going to stop on this G chord, and now I'm going to show you the fingers and how you play the licks. Now we go for the embellishment. So it starts like this. Right? This is our G chord. Now let's go see how I'm playing this with my right hand. Alright, so it's going to be like this. Right. Alright, so it's the last part is right. So on the G chord we have, and then we're gonna have this, which is going to move for our diminished chord, and the start is the same as, and the fingers and the right hand is basically the same as it was on the G chord. Right? So from the G chord we have now I'm going to show you the right hand on the diminished chord. It's exactly the same as it was on the G chord. Right? Let me show you. So I'm going to go like this. Right? Right? So right from the beginning we have right. So now we're going to learn the next chord. All right, so we have our diminished chord. Then we go for right. This is one of the hardest parts of the song. So we're here. Then you go for that chord, right? So then is open B, and then on the G string, and then you go for the chord. So it's go for that chord. I'm going to show you how to play the arpeggio. It's going to be a little bit complicated, but for now, just play this. For that chord. Right now, so just for the A minor chord with the arpeggio now. It's gonna sound like this. Right? So we're gonna learn just this bit right now. Right now I'm gonna show you the arpeggio. Just remember we have that chord playing, right? Right, so let's go for the right hand. So now it's going to go like this. Right? So we have the A and the B string. Right, so. from the diminished chord. Now, alright, so far we have. Then, you're going to play right here. Then, and now we're gonna the second time I played the E string is an open string. You're gonna have to move this bar, right? So it's gonna sound like this, right? I'm just, you know, lifting. I'm not putting a bar right here on right here. I'm just right. So right. So let me show how it goes on the right hand. So it's going to go like this. Right, so it's... Sorry. Right. The hard part, because we're gonna have to move from the A chord to the C chord. So right. It's just about when you change the chord, you got the, you know, the notes have to keep ringing. So that's the hardest thing to do on this part. So just keep in mind that we're playing the A chord and we change for the D chord, C chord, I'm sorry, in the middle of it. And now I'm going to show you the right hand. All right, so we're right. We have this part, and as soon as we play the B string, we already have our C chord right here, right? So right, just let me show you. Right. As soon as we play the B, we have our D chord. Right? Now, it's going to go like this. And the D chord. On the D chord, we have so, the A chord, right, on the C chord. Damn it, I think I said D chord again, but it's a C chord, sorry. Let's move for the next part. So we have our on the A chord. right? So now we're going to learn this part. So we have our, we were playing the D chord, right? The A chord, and right. So now we have, right? So open G, and this is a G chord, and we're only putting our finger right here. So it's right. Let me show the fingers. Right, so it's all right. So now we have the C minor 7 chord shape, and it just moves. Right, so it's put a bar right here, bar, then this one right here, and this one right here, and the bar. So, and then you just move. And here you have the, which is a A minor 7. Right, so right here on the D string, then open G and B string, and open E string, open E string. C minor 7. So it's the same shape as this chord. Right, so we have. Right. Sorry. Right, let's go for the fingers. So it's only the A string and the top 3 strings. So you can play like an arpeggio instead of playing all of them together on the A7 minor. Right. So from the G. Right. Now I'm going to show you how to play the next part, and before that, after that. Right, so it's going to be a slide. Right. Then open G. Right. Then you're going to play the G string, the G chord. And you're going to do this hammer on. Right? Let me show you on the right hand. Sorry. Right? So it's forget to, take this finger off the fretboard, because it's right, and then you go for the A minor. So it's fingers on the A minor is right. On the second time around, he plays the verse. He plays it a little bit different, and it changes a little bit on the first two chords, and I'm going to show you how it's going to sound. It's going to sound something like this. Right? It's like it's more continuous. You know, it's well, on the first time it has like some pauses, and now I'm going to show you the right hand, which is going to be the same on both chords. So on the G chord we have this. Right? Then we're going to change for the diminished chord, and it's going to be the same arpeggio. Right, so just the diminished chord. Right, so all together is going to sound like this. Second time around, the verse goes like this. And it goes for the chorus. And I'm going to show you how to play the very end of the second verse, because it changes a little bit. So the very end of the second verse, you have that slide, right? Right. So it goes like this. This part you already know. Then you lift this part, this finger. And then it goes for the G7. This note and this note. G major 7. And you play the E string, the D string, and the G string. Is mostly, we're only playing these 3 strings on this part. I'm going to show you the right hand. So there you go. Right, so we're only playing this 3 strings. Right. So the first part of the chorus goes like this. Right? So our chord, first chord on the chorus, you know, the top 3 strings right here, and on the A string, we're not playing the D string. So, and this finger you should bar this fret with your index finger. So it's gonna sound like this. Then you're gonna lift your pinky. Right? So it's lift your pinky. Then we're gonna have a new chord, which is gonna be this one. And you're gonna keep that bar right there. Then you're gonna lift your pinky again. Right? So the first 2 chords are right? This is the rhythm. Sorry. Right, so now we're going for the right hand. So on the first chord we have 4 strings play it at once. Right, so it's and the second stroke I lift my finger, so it's lift the finger, right? Lift the pinky. Then it's only these 2 strings, right? And let it ring. So it's going to sound like this. Now we're going for the second chord. So the first chord goes. Right? So it's right? Always play the top 3 strings. I lift my pinky, right? Lift the pinky, right? Right, so it goes like this. Right? All together. Sorry. So now I'm going to learn the next 2 chords. Right from the beginning of the chorus we have. Then it's a G major, but we're not with our finger right here. It's just this note. And we're playing the top 2 strings at first. this first stroke we played the top 3 strings, and then we don't play anymore the little E string. And then we have this E major 7, which is right, and then we're gonna play this note eventually. So it's right. Just remember to then you play. Pay attention to this finger on the E chord, right? Because it's gonna go like this, right? Right. So it's. So let's go for the right hand right now. For the right hand, so right, we play the top 3 strings and the big E, and then we don't play the little E anymore. Right, so it's. And then we're gonna lift our ring finger. So we lift our index finger, right? So sorry. All right. Then we're going for the E chord. You're only playing the top 3 strings and the big E. Right from the G chord we have. Part of the chorus goes like this. Right, now I'm going to show you how to play it. Right, so we're on that E chord. Then we go for this A minor, right? So and we're gonna have some variation of this chord, which is gonna be your finger right here. So A minor, and you put your finger right here. We're only playing the A string, the D string, G string, and the B string. I mean, we're not playing the D string. So we have our A minor, so it's so this is like a variation of an A chord, which is going to be sorry. right? So we have these fingers right here, and we have this one right here. It's still an A chord, right? So it's and then it's this. So only here and here. All right, so it's. E chord, I mean D chord, which is we're not playing the top E string, and then this finger is going to move to this position. So we have our D chord. I think this is an augmented chord or something like that. I'm sure it's an augmented chord. So it's then and a D chord, then the augmented chord. And the only finger that moves is this one. So I'm going to show you the right hand. So the right hand for the D chord goes like this. Right, so let's just do this fret first. Right, so it's and you know, when I play the G string, I switch my finger right here. Right, so this finger. Sorry. Right, so. Right, so it's it ends like this. This last part is like to get the groove going for the right, so it's right, so let's move for the next part right now. Now we go back to that same verse. Then it changes a little bit in the end. Right, so right, so it's gonna go like this: A minor, then so it's so we're gonna slide, then here, and then open G. So right. notes part, right? So, right, so. So it's, sorry. So the right hand is, right, so. And now we're gonna go for that part where he plays a solo. On verse number 4, he plays a solo like. Right, and it goes into the chorus. Now we're going to learn this solo part. So we start with those same notes, and then we hit the bass and the B string together. Right? And if you pay attention on the video, he doesn't let the bass ringing. I prefer, you know, to hear the bass ringing like. Because he just plays like this. I prefer, you know, it's just a little bit harder, but it sounds better, in my opinion, right? Right, so let's learn the solo first. So it's, right, so open B, then, it's right here, then open E. So the first notes are open B, then on the E string, open E string. All right. Right, so it's just you like you're moving forward, then you're going backwards. Same notes and on the second part, right? So from the beginning we have. Right. And very end of the G chord we have this note. Right, so it's right here, then open G. Right, so right from the start again. Right, so now you should try play with the bass, like use the same fingers as I'm using. So, let me see, I think I prefer playing this way, yeah. Because you're gonna have some stretch, so to let the bass ringing. So, and then when you hit this note, you play the bass together. Right, so it's right, so try to, you know, let the strings ringing. It's a little bit hard at first, but if you practice enough, you're gonna get it. Then we're gonna go to the diminished chord. Right? So let's go for the diminished chord now. So for the diminished chord, we're gonna start like this. So this note is going to go like this. Right, so let's, you know, play last notes. So it's then open E, then on the B string, open B, right? So right from the beginning. And then you're gonna fall into an A minor. Right? Very slowly. I'm sorry. Right? So now we're going to play the bass together, and this is going to be harder, even harder than the G. You can play, so this is the bass, right? And you can also play the D chord together, I mean the G, the D string together. So you, and when you're playing this, you hit like 3 strings. Right? It's the same notes I just showed you, but it's a little bit harder because there's a lot of stretch here. Right? So it's so right from the beginning. Right? Right, so after this, then we're going to put a bar right here, and we're going to do this. So this, and you should let the A string ringing. Right, and then you're just going to move right here, this, and play the same thing. So it's the one thing you have to keep in mind when you're playing this is that you want to play the bass right here. So it's playing the bass with my thumb. You don't need to play like that. You can put a bar right here in. Oh God. Well, it's actually harder for me playing with the bar than with the thumb, so that's why I play with the thumb. It's up to you, man. Do what's better for you. As long as it sounds good, you can do whatever you want. So I'm going to show you the right hand. It's very simple. Right, and then I'm going to play some harmonics from the D to the top 3 strings. Right hand is just so we're here, right? We're playing. Then we're gonna learn a new chord, which is it's just the same shape, and you're just gonna keep falling down a half step each time. So first, bar right here. Right. right? So this the bar right here, then this finger right here, and your pinky right here. Then put the bar, right? So it's bar and here. So and, you know, just follow half step down. So the fingers on the right hand are gonna go like this. Right? Then we go for that beautiful chord, which we're gonna put a bar right here, and this finger right here, and this one right here. Put a bar right there. Right, so we're only playing here the A string and the top 2 strings. So it's right. I'm going to show you the right hand. So it's just this, very simple, only 3 strings. Right, so right from the beginning of this part we have. Then it ends up on the G. Right, so we're gonna play just the bass first. Then I'm going to show you some moves on the top strings right now, which is going to be some pull-offs. Right, so on the E string, then on the B string. Sorry. Then you're going to play the G string and the D string. So on the G chord, it's going to go like this. So, right, so it's so. Alright. Let me show you the right hand again. And now we're gonna play some arpeggios, right? So it's gonna go like this. So this note, then this note, then the open B. It's like a diminished arpeggio. Right, so. Then we're gonna play in G major triad, which I'm gonna put a bar right here, and so it's gonna go like this. And then we're back at the chorus. Right? So just keep in mind that you're gonna have to play this arpeggio. You can slide, right? Right, so I'm gonna play all together from this part. All the same. So this chord is different because actually it's just the sound is the same, but on the first time we were playing like this, and now we're playing right. It's the only thing that changes on the chorus, right? So from the start of the chorus we have. Then here, So we're gonna play with our pinky right here, and with our ring finger right here, right, and this finger right here, and and the B string is gonna be an open string, so it's gonna go like. Right. Right, so it's then, sorry, and we're playing, so it's, so this is the right hand. Remember that the B string is always an open string in this part. Right, so and it goes all over again, right? All right, then you play the verse one more time, which is the last verse. Same as before. Now changes. And you hold. And this last part is just that G major, right? And you're just gonna hold a little bit, and then you're gonna go for the end, which is, it's basically a D chord, right? So these fingers, they never leave these notes. We're always gonna play these notes, right? The only thing that's going to change is the bass. And the bass is going to be on the A string. And it's going to go like this. I'm sorry. First we're going to play the D, open D. Then on the A string. Then open A. Right? So it's... Then open D. On the A string. Open A. So that's the bass. You're just gonna have to put them all together. You know, I do it like this. Then I put my pinky right here. Right? And so I don't move these fingers. Then I'm gonna put a bar with my index finger. Right? Then just play the open A. Right, so it's... Put the bar with your index finger. You know, those two, they don't leave. And then open A. So it's... Right now I'm going to show you the right hand. So the right hand goes like this. Now we're going to go for the right hand again. So once you play that A, so it's going to go like this. So only the E string. right? So it's then you go for the G major. Then you play this C sharp major. So now that's, I'm gonna put a bar right here on the top 3 strings, right? Right, and here. It's the same shape of that D chord, right, we had right here. So this, then the bar, and right here. So right, so it's now I'm going to show you the right hand. Right, so the first notes are right. Then we're going to add some extra notes. We're going to have right, so we added, so the first part, so sorry. And then on the very end we add these 2 notes. Right? Just practice that. And then once we are on the D sharp major, is the same arpeggio, only we're the right hand is basically the same. We're just changing the bass, right? Right, just the same thing, right? Just pay attention. Right, so it's right, so it's now I'm going to play the G major and the D sharp major together. Right? Now we're going back to the right hand. So we're playing here. We play it once, and then we play the G. And then we finished with this G major chord. And the right hand would be, all the strings together. So this is just basically that G major chord, but I'm just putting a little bar right here. Right, so it's in a bar. So I'm going to play right from that end. that's the song, man. All right, now I'm going to talk about diminished chords right now. It's an astra. I don't know that, but the way you build a minor chord is a diminished chord. You take the root and then you add a minor third. And then on top of that note, you add a minor third. And then you add a minor third again. And what a minor third is just this interval. Right? Right? You walk like 3 frets. And then you got a minor third. Right? Even if you go up or down. So because of that, because of the way that a diminished chord is designed, it makes every diminished chord symmetrical. So for instance, if you're playing right here, this diminished chord, and if you move each note a minor third, we're still on the same chord, right? Because I just showed you that it's always a minor third on top of a minor third on top of a minor third. So if I move a minor third each note, like just move the same shape, it is still the same chord. The only thing that changes is the combination of the notes, because now we have a different note on the bass, right? So, right? So, that's just a tip, because you can, so every time you're playing this chord, you can play this one, or you can play this one, which is the same chord, like, right? And so you can arrange the song in a different way. I thought that would be a good thing to add. So you can, I don't know, maybe do your own version of the song. And by the way, every time I show you this, the way I play the right hand, I mean, it's just the way I play it, and you can play it whatever way you want, right? As long as you're playing the melody on the top strings. So you can make it your own version of it, right? So that's it, man. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. See you next time.